is going on? I hope yous are all well. We am gonna just chill out for the day, but we're gonna have a few chats. That's what the vlog's gonna be. It's a Sunday, not much going on. Yesterday I took a day off, didn't make any videos. I went up to two of the boys, had a few drinks, had a few good chats, and a few needed chats, you know, just kind of that thing, kind of in the same kind of spot in life. You know, you've all the ambition, you know what your purpose is. It's finding the path to realise it. We're all kind of in that same kind of boat. So there's a good few chats last night that I just needed, and they needed too. That's the good thing. So a lot of my time we spend isolated, I'd say. You know, a lot of times I'm in my own head, and I'm going through all me plans or my thoughts usually by myself. So it's like it's good to just like-minded people sit down and just navigate through all of it. You know what I mean? I don't do that enough, and I need to do that more. So I'm like, I want to do something around like with the content involved. With content involved to be able to do that. So like podcast wise, in the background I'm trying to set up a podcast because I don't want to just do me talking with someone. It's kind of like I want a bit of a group dynamic, you know, trying to set that up in the background. So stay tuned for that. But I had a few good chats as well because besides that, a few good chats about because I want to get into movies and like that's me. Like I love YouTube. YouTube's kind of something I started when I was really young, stopped for so much of my life, came back to it and I just love it, you know, I just now creating is my passion. But the goal is movies, like proper, full on, big screen, in the cinema job, you know, and there's no reason why I can't make a movie myself, there's no reason why you watching this can't make a movie yourself, there's literally nothing stopping you. In society, you grow up and they put all these barriers in front of you, tell you can't do this, that's a dream, stop being a dreamer. Stop being a dreamer. That's one of the worst things anyone can ever say to you. Always chase your dreams. Your dreams are so achievable. It's going to be one of the hardest roads you'll probably ever take. But not chasing them and sitting around in misery and listening to everyone tell you you're not fucking good enough and that you should just take the easy route, that is even more soul destroying. So chase them fucking dreams, yeah? But yeah, so that's just the start of the video. It's going to be a bit of a raw one today. Just in the gaff, kind of talking a bit of shit throughout the day, just getting back in the swing of things because I've got a bit planned. So stay tuned. I'll let you know what's going on. Oh, look at that for a shot, and look at this for a transition. Whoop. Back in the iPhone camera. Forgot my camera at home after going for a walk with my man Kratos. He's leaving and walk. Supposed to be a red moon out tonight, so let's try catch it on film, shall we? Oh, look who it is. Super dog. You know me, I don't go where I'm lacking, yeah? I always have the security close. Don't they, buddy? Don't they? He doesn't give a bollocks. He's like, let me just sniff around, yeah? Let me just sniff all around this place. Isn't it? Get a little shot here. Hey. Look, the security dog coming to me protection. Ain't you? Ain't you, buddy? Out doing a bit of surveilling, he is, yeah? Out doing a bit of surveilling, ain't you? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? You smell like farts. That's him saying, no, I don't. Shut your mouth, Cian. Right, let's get back to the gaff. And we are home. I hope you are all well. So yeah, pretty chill Sunday by all means. Didn't get up to too much. Brought a dog for a walk there, just back. Just gonna chill out for the evening. Instead of record a little video. I have not made another Mafia video. I wasn't, so I've been meaning to say it on my story. I haven't even mentioned it. I'm gonna get a PlayStation camera. I'm gonna stream Mafia because then I can have the full stream, cut it up into episodes. Because like the process I was doing, it was just like I was recording on the PlayStation, and then you can only upload it in 3-minute increments. So uploading 45-minute, 3-minute increments, putting them all together, and then you have to sync them all up because it doesn't every 3 minutes. Like it's like there's like a few milliseconds sometimes. Yeah, but it's usually a few milliseconds of a difference. You have to sync all that up, so you go through all that and rendering that. But if I live stream it, then I can bring in the live audience aspect. So you have to now probably won't get too much viewers. Hopefully I will, you know. But even 1 or 2, deadly bit of dialogue, you know. People saying, talking to me while I'm doing it. I can add a bit more a new dynamic, you know what I mean, a bit more of a community dynamic to it, make it better. And then obviously just while I'm streaming, like, alright, episode 3, you know what I mean, just a more efficient way down it, and it'll be a bit funner, you know. So I'm gonna go down and get that PlayStation camera. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Get back to the gym tomorrow as well. I can't wait. Get back to the vlogs, get proper vlogging. Just took this weekend as a little kind of breather, you know, because I have all this stuff I want to do. I'm really gonna test myself, see what I am as a human. Finally realise the potential I see in myself. You know what I mean? Less of the saying I'm going to do and actually doing it. So, can't wait to take it along. And I also want to do a few collabs, so if anybody's watching this and they want to collab, give us a shout. We make some fun shit, you know. We have a few projects that I want to try now. The 2-month grace period to where I can figure stuff out, try new things, get a lot of experience. And by the end of that, when I'm starting to run low on money, I'll get a little part-time job if I have to. By then, be healthier, make a load of content, a load of experience. It's going to be a good 2 months. Just 2 months to work on myself, work on what I want to do, and try to build something for myself. You know, it's a win-win situation. I can either start to realise my dreams over these 2 months, or I can get more of a way there, more of an understanding of where that is, or where I need to be for that, you know. So if any of us are in a similar kind of boat where, you know, you want to figure out what you're doing with your life, you have some sort of an idea, just chase it. Because like at the end of the day, everybody tells you need a safety net. Oh, take that safe job and all. Now it's good for some people. Some people want that kind of life, but me, it didn't fulfill me. And I feel like in life you need to be fulfilled, and everybody should chase what fulfills them, you know. And with me, that's creating stuff. What the plan, like the big plan, is I want to make movies. I want to make the big screen movies, like I said earlier in the video. And I've already got a little idea for what I want to do. Originally, it was going to be like a series, but I was brainstorming with the boys last night, and I kind of see it more as a movie now. So I jotted down a few ideas. Now I was just kind of, we were having a laugh, and it was kind of it was a brainstorming session that I needed, because I haven't, like, a lot of this thing I've been just kind of thinking on my own. You know, ChatGPT a little bit, but like that's a robot, you know what I mean? It gives you a bit of dialogue back to, you know, think a bit more deeply. But human connection, just having a laugh with the boys, just stories of the past, old stories and all, and it was just bringing ideas to my head, because I was like, right boys, like, brainstorm session, the pilot episode kind of thing. The pilot episode was thinking, because originally it was a show, but I think a movie would probably be, see what way it goes. But the job to develop a script, the whole story, I've been learning more of that lately. So just testing it, but it was a good little. I'm not gonna give up too much information about it, but because I want anybody stealing my idea, you know. I need to make it first, so I don't want to be just saying, oh yeah, do this and then not do it. I want to actually just put the work in and get it done. You know what I mean? Hint about it. When it gets a bit more put together, that's when I'll say a bit more, because I'm gonna need a few more people in on it. Can't make a movie all on your own, you know. That was my point originally with the boys brainstorm. We're just having a laugh, old stories, and it was just pinging ideas in my head. You know what I mean? It was just like, alright. So I got a little bit of the basis of like an opening scene, and we were just saying, and I had to. It was like, in that moment, it was the first time I really tried to think of what a came along movie would be. And the way it started out, and just the opening scene, it just all came to me when we were having them conversations. The exact shot, the start, and then leading up to, and actually it was like leading up from like the starting, so the opening scene to like where it would then develop into the start of the story. So the opening kind of, I'd say 2 minutes kind of a sense. I was thinking a kind of montage kind of scenario, but it was just that deadly to have. That's what, like, I want to meet more creatives and more people on that kind of path, because the dialogue will open up parts of my brain that I've been trying to reach, you know. Like when I'm talking to the boys last night, they're on a similar kind of different industries, but similar kind of, you know what I mean, goal, realising their dreams. So it was a good chat. So I need more of that, and that's what I wanted the podcast for. I'd love to go on a few more podcasts. Obviously I have to get asked to get on a few more podcasts. I need a bit more clout to get on a few podcasts, but we'll get that, don't worry. Right now though, my own one, just, like, even if I don't make the full podcast, just getting people onto the channel for the conversation. You know what I mean? A conversation with Cian, because I love speaking with people. I actually think probably my biggest, I was about to say my biggest talent, but more just, I think where I see the most good in myself is talking to people. I'm usually the person people come to with their problems, so I take on all that shit. But I'm usually good with advice. One thing, and I think a lot of people can relate to me in this, is being good at giving advice but not taking it on. You know, terrible at that. But lately, in the last 6 months, I've been kind of just listening to myself more, and I've seen the improvements. You know, just because there's a point in life where you need to stop lying to yourself, because everybody thinks they're true for themselves. they believe it, they're truthful with everyone else in their life. Maybe some people aren't, some people are just out of it, absolute fillers. But the majority of the time, truthful through all walks of life. But you do bullshit yourself, you know, you say you're going to do something, you don't do it, and right then and there you probably forget that you bullshit yourself, but deep down you feel it, you know, when it's stressy, especially when you keep doing it and it accumulates into more and more, and then you just kind of, then you start losing a little bit of belief in yourself. It's an endless cycle, and then obviously something positive, you'll do something good and you'll get that burst where you're going, right, here we go, let's go. So yeah, just a little chat tonight because, you know, I was taking a little weekend off. But yeah, just took Friday was my last day on the job. Just took that day off. Didn't make any videos that day, and actually, sorry, no, I did make a video Friday. Can't even remember. Terrible. I should remember. It was more just a conversational video. There's been a lot going through my mind over the last few days. Just obviously, like, it's taking a big step in my life, you know. So it's kind of just processing that. I know what I want to do. And I'm like, right, I said, you know what, finish the job on the Friday, take the weekend off, get yourself sorted, get yourself ready, and take on this next week with all you have. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna have a early night. So I'm not gonna go on too long today. Just a small little vlog, you know, just started the day off. Didn't record too much, it was just in the house for most of the day, kind of just decluttering the mind, you know, just bit of zen work. So I hope you enjoyed. I'm glad to add this little talk, you know, just making a little video. Cause this weekend I was taking the time off. I was like, right, on yesterday I was just like, I was going up to the boys, having a few drinks, getting a few shit off their minds, letting them get a few shit off their minds, you know, just growing, you know what I mean, talking to each other, having a laugh, doing what people should do, you know, just don't do it enough. You do it sporadically, I feel like, in life. Where you do have that connection. Maybe people have it a bit more often, but a lot of the time you're just in your own thoughts. You're on your own. You come back from work and you're on your phone or whatever. You're just, you know what I mean, just chilling around, doing nothing. Everyone's busy when you get older, so yeah, you'll have less time to do it. So usually it ends up with, like, the time people do have to do it will be when they go to the pub or, you know, have a few drinks with the mates on the weekend, whatever the voice happens to be for a lot of people. But yeah, it's just something I need to do more, just getting out, talking to people, because I love doing it. But when I was working all the time, you're working full time, so you're just like 5 days out of your week, sometimes 6, or just all day in the job. And you have these people that you grow with over the years in the job, they are mates with, and you good conversations with them and all, but some of them might not have the same kind of aspirations or interest in life as you know, so it's just kind of a lot of conversations can be just repetitive in a sense, you know what I mean? Oh, how are you? You all good? What did you do the weekend? Went down on the piss out daily, me too, you know what I mean? Just kind of that kind of stuff, and the odd bit of cracking and all. I love all the people I worked with, I had a great time with them, they're all gents. It's nothing like that, it's kind of just, you know, I think everybody gets out of school and they go into some sort of walk of life where they need to survive, you know, because as soon as you get out of school, then you got rent, you got bills to pay, so it's like, right, gotta figure something out before I figure it out myself. So you end up getting a job and you're with these people, and these are all from all different walks of life. You all get on, it's deadly. But a lot of you all have your own things that you want to do, and some people just don't have the people with the similar interest to talk about, to kind of learn stuff from. You know, you can always learn stuff from people who are doing something different, but I feel like, say if you're an artistic person and you're going to a job in construction, and like the boys you're working with have no interest in art or whatsoever, so it's kind of like most of your day you're spent just talking about whatever, football and just general stuff people would have in common, rather than like the stuff that really drives you, you know what I mean, the stuff you're passionate about. So it's getting involved with more people like that. That's what I want to, even like with the quitting the job, having a little bit of nest egg, working on my videos, I'm also going to be looking for opportunities in like film and movies, because I just want to be around that world so I can learn some stuff. Do you know what I mean? I want to make my own movie, and you can do that. I have a camera right now that can do that with. I'm going to buy a lot of filters as well, again, these filters, different lenses, so I can mess around, get different shots. See, like a lot of the time I'm back in this house, and a lot of the shots just the lighting in this gaff. I just can't get into a position where I have like a nice shot that I feel like every shot just looks fucking, I don't know, so I'm like, I need to set up a little something in my room, just a little photogenic area where I can just talk my shit, you know, we'll get something set up and get out more. That's what I want to do. That's the thing. I'm not after quitting my job, just sitting in the gaff all day and doing nothing. I want to get out. I want to meet people. I want to try new things. I want to go on more hikes. I haven't been on a hike in ages. It's just been a mad few weeks, to be honest. Just recalibrating. I'm having this on my mind, to just do this, just jump out and take that risk. So we're after on a baby. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. I'm actually delighted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clock off here now, like I said I was going to do there a minute ago, and I kept on yapping, but I love yapping. That's why I think I could do a podcast, because I just yap for hours. Sometimes, it's mental. Sometimes, like, the trick is just taking the camera out and putting it down, because when I took this camera out and I went to talk, I didn't have a plan of what I was going to say. I was like, right, what am I going to say here? And then I just started talking, and what's going on in my mind? A load of shit came out. People listened to it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm actually going to clock it off here now, because I need to get this edited, get out to you and have a little early night and get cracking in the morning. Go to the gym, get a bit of sunlight early in the morning, because that's what I've been lacking. I know I've gone into the winter and I'm a mad thing, but I've been lacking. I'm in the office all day. Look how pale I am, you know what I mean? Oh, I need a bit of sun. I know it's going to be rain for the next 10 days, but just a bit of natural sunlight, you know. And I could have obviously been doing that when I was working, you know, but like, starting work at 10, finishing at 6:30, finishing the videos at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I scraped myself out of bed to get to that job, because I didn't loved everyone in there. I had a great crack, like the job was just easy, but like I don't like easy. Do you know what I mean? I need something to fulfill me. I need something to challenge me. I need something new. It was like the same thing, repetitiveness, the same. It was like, as I say, groundhog day over and over again. Just drives me crazy. It was actually 2.5 years of it. No more. No more. But I learned a lot of things during them 2.5 years, which is good, because even like everything I've done in life so far has bettered me for my next journey. You know, and this is me ready to take the next journey. Like, it's the longest. 2.5 years was the longest I stayed in something. I've done all walks in industries. I tried to clock it off there a minute ago, and I'm still talking. I'm going to go into another story here now, but basically, work-wise, started out, first job, I started doing a barbering apprenticeship. I was done that for like a month and a half when I was out of school at 14. Went to outreach then. When I was in outreach after a month and a half, I realised, right, I need to go back to school. Went back, I skipped 4th year, then went back to 5th year in a different school. Just locked in for 2 years, just stopped acting the agent to an extent. Still a little bit of an agent, but a lot better than I was when I was 14, 15, so it was a little bollocks then. So I kind of grew up a little bit, and then 16 up till 17 was down 5th year and 6th year, and I finished school at 17, went into college then to do graphic design, which was down since I was 9, and lost all my passion for that. And then I went back again to do another year, lost all my passion for that. In between that, I had a job working in retail, so I was working in JD for a year and a half, and then I went to Sports Direct for about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Something about a year and a half each. So it wasn't a sales job in particular. My title was sales associate, but I wasn't like selling for commission or anything. But I was practicing talking to people. So it wasn't like, do you know what? I could come across as an overly confident person. To a lot of people that know me is like really overly confident, and some people that know me is like just quiet, because it depends who I'm around, the kind of energy in the room. But like, I'm trying to bring that. Oh, not overly confident, because I wouldn't say that. Just that buzzy Cian, you know what I mean? The Cian that's just happy and he's on his game. And like, I've been better at getting that out, but there's obviously every days where your head's just mush. But my point was, I have all walks of life. So actually, I'm actually just going on here now. Prior to like, while I was in school, I was working with my dad, fitting kitchen. So I was doing, during the summer, I was doing like putting in hours with him. That's where I learned my work ethic. So like, when I went into these jobs like the Sports Directs and the JD, I worked hard when I was on that floor, just running around, getting the runners and all down. Like, not that I got any extra thanks for doing it in them kind of jobs. And like, if someone's watching this and you're in them kind of jobs, you know what I'm talking about. You're just fodder to them. You know what I mean? Just another number. But that doesn't mean like you shouldn't work hard. Like, don't be working hard for them. Work hard for yourself, to build up your own self. You know, just improve yourself. That's what I was doing. I was practicing the sales. I try just talking to customers, learn how to speak to other customers. You know, because most of the time I'm just speaking like I am now, just normal accent, just Jobstown young fella, you know what I mean? I don't think I have too much of a Scanger accent, but you know, it's where I'm from. But I can pronunciate my words, and I can slow it down, and I can talk differently. It's weird. Trying to just, like, if I do it on the spot here now, it just feels real robotic. But when it's like, as soon as I speak to someone, I'm looking them in the eyes, and they speak to me in like whatever accent. It's like my voice switches into how it should speak to them. Weirdly, I don't know. It's like the superpower in the last game was in the sales, where it just happens. It just naturally happens. I don't know. I just formed it over the years down the retail jobs and sales, and that's what got me in. And I got a sales job in Cormark then, doing house insurance, and like I'd only done that for a few months. But when I came to my last job, I was like 5 years worth of sales experience. Pulled that out of my arse. But what I done is I sold myself in the interview, and I got the job. You know what I mean? So it's just like, just take a chance on yourself. That was the last time I took a risk. I just chanced it. It wasn't a risk per se, but you know what I mean. I was just kind of chancing my arm, and it worked. It's when you take the risk and it works. Taking a risk and it not working is worse than not taking a risk and never knowing if it would. So what I was gonna say, I was just saying it arseways. But I think that's enough of me rambling. Then I've been in all the walks of jobs. I'll just keep on. all walks of jobs. So yeah, doing the kitchen fit with my dad for like 2 years while I was in school. That was good. It was good. I learned a lot working with him. It was good experience for that age. And then out of school, obviously went to college working. And then so I got that sales job in Cormark then. And then I was like, then I had a midlife crisis. Well, not midlife crisis, like a fifth life crisis when I was like 21. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I need some purpose and all. And I was like, like what I'm doing right now is my plan A. You know what I mean? Just taking the risk on 100% in on myself. And I didn't have the balls to do it then. So I was just crying to be dad. And I was like, what am I going to do? And then he was like, get a trade, take the safe route, plan B. And I never wanted to do a trade, but I was like, right, do a trade. So I went and done a course it was like a course kind of thing to practice different, not practice, but like pick a trade to do. It was somewhere on Bolton Street. So we done this. It was like you just do like a few things, a few people's interviews and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of it, you do a colourblind test, because originally I was going to do electrical, and like not electrical engineer, just an electrician. It's going to be a Sparks. I found out it was colourblind. I was like, do this test on chroma.com. I'm like, right, grand, do it. I was like, imagine it was colourblind doing it. I'm like, I can't see that kind of bollocks. And I was like, right, you've mild deuteronomy. I was like, bollocks. And I was like, then I done it a few times again. I kept getting it. I was like, I am colourblind. Fuck. Then I was like, my granddad as well, he had the same one as me. Found out my little cousin as well, same thing. So it just runs in my family. So then I went on. I was like, right, I can't do an electrical apprenticeship. I'll do plumbing instead. 3 months into my plumbing apprenticeship, working for 3 months, €7 an hour at 21. Putting the graft in, like most of it was just fucking labour and work. But I'm getting €7 an hour going on early mornings, going to this site. And then in 3 months into it, it's like, we need to send you for a colourblind test. I was like, could have said that to me at the start, but they're putting three months of work in, €7 an hour. And you're like, right, I can't do this anymore. I can't, like, just because like, I see pinks. I see pinks weird. I can see, I don't know what fucking tell you a colour if you show me. Mild a little colour blindness, but that blocks from doing it. So I was like, bollocks, and I was like, shit, what am I going to do now? Then I ended up getting back into sales, and that was a cushy job for 2 years, just, you know what I mean? And the first year I done, I was half a year into the job, and then I had that crash, smashed me. This day, I'm talking 20 minutes, what a waffler. Anyway, I was just going to keep going. Smashed me head off the tree. That's all that story already, but smashed me head off a tree in Greece, and got a bag and cushion for 6 months, fractured the skull, hemorrhage in the brain damage, the whole lot, you know what I mean? Just a casual little day in Greece. But so then I was off work for a few months and back into that, and that was like a mad few months, because it was like, honestly, brain damage. Like, it's just the concussion. I was like jumbling my words more than I do now, and just I was actually like, am I ever gonna think the same? And that's what got me into reading and like studying my brain and getting mad into philosophy and psychology and all this bollocks, just learning all this stuff. It's mental, like how obsessed I got with learning, considering how much I hate it in school. Just goes to show, it's like, it's usually not the pupil, it's usually the system. Some people just aren't suited to it. Some people aren't suited to just sit there and just blah 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 listen. You need to make it fun for them. You need to make it interesting for them. Like, storytelling is the best way of doing it, I think. Like, I have this like theory, and like, so just primary skills can not just turn that into a game in a sense, you know? So it's like, when you go in there junior to sixth class, maybe do it more to 4th class and do a bit more kind of technological stuff in 5th and 6th class. But instead of just having this boring old regime where these kids that should be enjoying themselves, only kids, they should be enjoying themselves, learning that kind of, just learning how fun life is, turn all the subjects into a game of a sense, you know, where it's like they're going in to do maths games where they're learning maths, or going in to do like word games that they're learning their English and their Irish and any language that they're learning, you know. Just I feel like, imagine that type of system. I think that would just work. Like, I'm just thinking of myself as a gamer. Like, a lot, like, I've learned so much from gaming. Like all, like, your parents give out to you, get off them games, they're rotting your brains. But, like, complex decisions and scenarios and all some of these games give you in such a young age, the depth of the story that you're learning, this, even like some games have history involved in it where you're learning mad stuff that you wouldn't have learned in school. You know, I think it's great. I think they should be used. Make it fun for the kids. I mean, kids would be more happy to go to school then. They're going in to play their games and learn, but they'd be subconsciously learning then through that. And then more, maybe 5th and 6th, maybe a bit more like, I don't know, I'm not a teacher, but just a wild little theory that I came up with. And then secondary school, do a bit more like, you know, people skills, and well, the people skills probably would have been learned through the games and interacting with each other in primary, and then in the secondary go into the more, you know, philosophy and psychology and all this mad stuff. Even the more like physical stuff, like woodworking and like generally proper, just make the society great. You know what I mean? That's what, like, I think that's where the focus needs to be. Like, it's all the politicians. Like, I don't get political on this really, and I'm not planning on getting political. I'm just, it's a lot of bollocks, all of it. But I think I'm a big like, not a hater of the school system. I just think the way it is flawed, and I think we could do it better. And I think that is the future. That is like the answer to the future society. Is somehow making schooling fun in a sense to where like people want to learn, and it's not this kind of stressful fucking high pressured society, not society, high pressured environment that you're growing up in, and it's more of a communal aspect where you bring people together, and it's people who find what they want to do then. People who want to do building, people who want to do cooking, people who want to get into medicine through like being a doctor and all that kind of stuff, they'll realise that who they really want to be, instead of being pressured to figure it out right away. You know, it's kind of just, it'll be like a natural thing, I think. So just a little theory there for you. You're really like, where did that come from? But yeah, just a little waffle. I'm gonna actually clock it off here now because I'm looking at it, like 25 minutes. So I was like, John, my mom's been like, you need to make the video shorter and more entertaining. Basically, she was saying, just stop waffling and absolutely talking nonsense. She didn't tell me that now, but basically, you know what I mean. I'm a waffler. I'm sorry. I'm gonna clock it off there. I'll catch you tomorrow, right? Good night and God bless.